for the first time on YouTube, I'm doing a live stream for your friends, for the fans and friends. Y'all know that I mostly do this on Twitch, and I was like, I wanted to do this on YouTube. Not only that, but I want to discuss about the game Sonic Mania as why I'm playing this game. So that's why I decided to stream this on YouTube. There's a lot of things that I want to say about Sonic Mania topics discussion video. But at the same time, I wanted to show some gameplay footage of Freedom Planet. As you see right here, with the characters' poses. But, so let's get into it. While I think Sonic Mania, as you know, is a game. If you look up, Sonic Mania is composed by developers who are fans of the game, who are independent developers who are known for making Sonic fan games like Sonic Nexus, Sonic Before the Sequel, Sonic Mega Mix, and other fan games that the development team known of. Christian Whitehead, who is like the developer, the guy that's also a fan-made developer that also remade the Sonic remasters, the Sonic 1, 2, and CD remasters on the iOS and Android devices, is headlining the project. Sonic Mania is his baby, and this is his project. And he's got a whole group of team developers that are enthusiastic by Sonic games. You can say it's like the Star Wars Rogue One for video games, because Star Wars Rogue One last year was a movie made by fans of Star Wars, and it turned out to be one of the fan-made stars. The same thing said about Sonic Mania. Alright, now this is my own take about it. As for Sonic, now where was I? First of all, like this is I want to get this thought in before I get into discussion. I would like to say this. I would not call Sonic Mania a complete sequel like Sonic 4 was. I wouldn't call it the true Sonic 4 or the continuation of Sonic 4. Because here's the one thing. Sonic Mania not only is a new game, it's going to have reimagined classic from older games. It's the celebration of Sonic's past. Like, the way I see this project, it is like an anniversary celebration for Sonic's 25 years in the game in gaming, as to a celebration of what Sonic is as a gaming icon, not in gaming but in entertainment in general. So that's why as a celebration, and that it has remastered of old levels, with the old levels are returning with new level designs, which is why I would not call it a full-on sequel. I would not call it a sequel as Mega Man 9 or Mega Man 10 or other game, or like a remake like Double Dragon Neon. Or like the recently Double Dragon 4. Sonic Mania will have new levels, will also have new levels then. If they make a sequel, I think the sequel should be considered the sequel. But that's not my point. I want to get that point. What I'm trying to say is Sonic Mania, since that is having old levels, and the fact that it's like a celebration, I would not call it a sequel though. And that the fact that it's running on the new engine, on the Christian Whitehead's retro engine, we get to see the developers do new stuff in the old levels and have new twists on them. Also, the music and sound effects. Despite the fact that the Sega Saturn had a sequel, because here's the one thing, the Sega Saturn never got a good Sonic game. And they really pretended that the Sega Saturn in that era, so they trying between the era within that generation on how to improve Sonic. That's why I think that the one thing is, since that the Sega Saturn, and since it's like a new generation console, I think that is like a great idea for the Sonic fans to get new content, new elements, and new game design philosophies that the Genesis won't do. The plot twist though, with modern day 2016, they're going to do things, the developers can do things that the Saturn wasn't able to do to it. Here's the way I see it. Since that the Christian Whitehead made the retro engine, and since he made it so easy to port on other platforms and other devices, and able to add new developments on the coding, they can do new stuff on the engine. So that's the one thing I want to get out the way about Sonic Mania. I would not consider it a sequel to follow the Sonic 4 and the other games. Even though I don't say it's not a bad thing though to see it that way.
Are you kidding? It'd be the coolest thing ever.
But the way I see it, it's just like a celebration to fix it though. It's going to be like an improvement. It is like it's going to be the epitome of what Sonic was on the Genesis and going beyond. And the new levels, what they introduced in Sonic Mania, is going to go beyond that era. So that's what's in the Sega Saturn era. It's going to be, just look at it like it's a part sequel, part remake. That's the way I see it. I would not call it, it's a part remake. That's why I don't see it as a full-on sequel. I see it something like Sonic CD was. You notice how they made the games on it, and Shining Force CD, Sonic CD of course, they ported it on the system and kind of remade the first two games. It kind of gave it its own entity.
Did you have a heart?
Not really. No. I guess I just wasn't prepared for the sacrifices I had to make. Just gotta keep moving forward with the mission, I guess. No point thinking about a past that can't be changed.
You're right.
That's all I want to get in the way. Other words, since that is a fan-made project, like Freedom Planet, it started off as a Sonic fan-made project and became its own. And here's the one thing. Freedom Planet not only takes elements from the Sonic games and Mario and Gunstar Heroes, but it is able to blend that and add new elements to the games to it. And they kind of, and make also, excuse me, I forgot to mention Mega Man. But also add new ideas to it as well. As a fan-made project, and how the fans are very enthusiastic as Sonic. That now that I'm excited that the fan base are working on Sonic Mania, it gives me hope about Sonic, about Freedom Planet. And of course, Freedom Planet I thought would be the best to discuss about.
How's the other?
I'm not sure. Can you go check on her, Carol? I'm gonna get some sleep.
Well, I'm fine. You go on ahead.
And by the way, my wish for Sonic Mania, that's the one thing. My wish and praise for Sonic Mania. The reason why I'm not worried and skeptical compared to past games, because Sonic is in good hands. It's by fans. You can tell they're passionate about their project. This is like their passionate project that they want to make out of Sonic. It's what they want to return Sonic back to his former glory. As same with Sonic Forces, but Mania got me so excited. My favorite part is that the new graphics, being a 32-bit era game. Here's the one thing. 32-bit consoles are cool, and they were very ahead of their time, the enhanced 2D gaming. That's kind of cool. You know, every game had their own 2D 32-bit game console. Sonic didn't have a 32-bit era game that represents the 32-bit era. So it's kind of cool that the Sega Saturn, the idea we would get a revision on how Sonic is in that era, in that 8-bit, that old school generation. Also, since this is a homage to Sonic, that's what I'm discussing about. The physics, the gameplay, the graphics, the gameplay. I have to say, the graphics look spot on. It looks very Japanese-esque style. The reimagined levels on Green Hill, how the new sprites and the new graphic palettes look beautiful. It looks vibrant, vivid. It looks gorgeous. The art direction looks gorgeous, and how this game is gorgeous, how it's got a 32-bit style. So at Sonic Mania, I'd be like to go down a trip down memory lane and have characters. I'm glad they bring back elements. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are back. Sonic and Tails are get the full co-op gameplay and competitive mode, where I get to that later.
Sounds like a good thing to wish for. We're gonna be going inside soon. You wanna come?
Wait, let me let the story mode finish. Okay, from now on, this is my first time doing something like this. I'm gonna let the story mode finish, then I'm gonna talk.
Okay.
During gameplay. Because I know a lot of people like to get into the story mode. Alright, stage 4, baby. Alright. This time, I call this the Metrovania level, because you get to go to the metal ship, the fire ship, or the earth ship. Okay, I'm going to go to the fire ship to take out those missiles, right? So I'm assuming. Okay, they give you a bit of freedom. Oh man, this ship level, oh my gosh, brings back. And oh yes, and that's the one thing. Now that I'm at the gameplay, this is what I want to talk about. But you notice how the game has similar elements to Sonic, but like, look, Freedom Planet, you know how it takes the elements of Sonic and they add new elements to it? That's right, I forgot about that thing up there. Dang, even though I already got it, but there's a secret. But notice how this is a good game. It takes elements from the Sonic games and the 2D games, add new elements. Like, notice how it got a combo system, a special gauge system, and a heart system, and how it expands on the formula. Like, it adds to, you see how it got Sonic written on it. It got elemental shields. It add elements like elemental shields, speed, and a special gauge system and a light bar to give it its own entity. And notice how the fans, how they can take a fan-made game concept like Sonic and add new elements to it. It makes me excited for Sonic Mania. Because they have the spirit on what retro gaming is, like what a Sonic game should be, and how to make a Sonic game, so... Okay, that's my 42 card. Like, that's the replay value there. Like that, like finding the stars and other stuff, heavily inspired by the modern Sonic games. It's amazing how Galaxy Trail put it in this game as well. But expanding, taking this formula of Sonic and expanding it and adding new ideas, I think that's what's very smart on the developers' point. Shoot, I lost my shield.
Don't you get it? Lord Revan's the murderer!
Thanks for the tip. Now get off our ship before I throw you overboard.
Like that'll happen.
Oh well, don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay, that's where I came. Oh, shoot. I was about to boost off the thing. Alright, let's go. Let's get off this ship. Okay, that took out the fire. Now we gotta take out the metal. The metal ship. Alright, board the ship. But that's the one thing. Notice how that's the one thing. The developers, they add the concept of Sonic, but putting elements to it. I think that's the smart, the ingenious about this project. Like, that's the one thing, having a spirit gate and having a gauge and a system, attack system in Sonic, it made you look the flaws that Sonic had in his game design. Like, the one thing, he had coins, like his life gauge when he collects coins, it gives him one life, and if he doesn't have no coin, he dies. But having a life system, here's the one thing, the genius of having a gauge system, having a gauge system and having elements like a power gauge system, having an attack system, it gives them new elements. Dang. Oh, dang. I messed up. Oh, dang. I died. That's the one thing, having a gauge system and having a life issue, like it improves the formula of Sonic, even surpassing it. Because it gives you an element of strategy. Like having that, it gives you an element of strategy and having more life bars and having less battles. So when you have those boss battles and those other counters like in Sonic, it give you those elements like, wow. That's the one thing. It makes the game more replay value and it gives you more. That's the one thing, that's my whole point. Improving the formula of Sonic and adding new elements, even surpassing it. Because eliminating those facts, it gives the game a more steady game, a more focused, a trial and error game. You get to learn more and you get to play it. Because when you die once in Sonic, you die and you have to play the whole stage over and over again. Shoot, boss battle coming. Hold on. Oh shoot. That was close. Extra light, baby. I died. Oh shoot, I died. But that's the one thing. That's the one thing about Sonic Mania. That's what I like. Sonic Mania is taking the same ideas from Freedom Planet. Like, you have those limitations in the old Sonic games. Notice how the Taxman, Simon Timothy, they added new elements to take the restriction away. Like burning the wood log in the Green Hill Zone, not only with the fire shield brings new elements, but fix on a flaw. And like this, Freedom Planet is the perfect example. It takes a concept, having a level gauge system and a power gauge and having the power gauge, you can do like special attacks. And that feature, how that innovates that game, part of the game. That's the one thing I like about it. Like in Sonic Mania, you see how you burn the log. Not only that, it eliminates that problem, but you can also access hidden levels. You can access hidden areas through the level. Thus giving you a reason to explore the levels, like CD did. That's one thing, that since it's a fan-made done by indie development project, it made me hype about Sonic Mania because they taking the old Sonic formula and adding new things in Chemical Plant. You saw how they turned the water into gel effects, how the gel works, and how the fact that expands on the Chemical Plant formula and adding new gameplay mechanics to make it feel new and fresh. That's why I'm excited about this game. That's what I think. That's why what I'm proud about Sonic Mania. The fact is they use those elements to shoot. I don't trust that. I bet I can. Darn it! There we go. That's the one thing I like. You see those elements, and having those elements, it make you want to explore the character and use those elements. Like using it as a fly exam, like Lilac, it gives Lilac a new ability, a fresh appeal, but also give it a new challenge to study, to use her abilities. Like the twirl, to let her fly faster. Shoot. That's the one thing, having the ships and having the flags and other stuff, not only that you get unlockables and other stuff, which is more better than Sonic Generations. That's the one thing. And also, I want to talk about Sonic Mania. The other thing, the fact that Tails and Knuckles having new sprites, and here's the one thing, this is what gives the gameplay new elements, like having the bubble shield in Sonic and Green Hill Zone, and having the electric shield, for example, in Chemical Plant, improves the flaws. Like you can get through the electric attacks, you can get through the electric enemies, thus expanding the elements of those core games. That's my whole point. Improving Sonic and having the elements and other stuff. That's the one thing. Having the new ideas, putting the new elemental shields and having a new purpose for it. Giving Sonic a new technique. Like the drop dash. Like we see him get through it, yes. It's more easier to keep him fastened though, but that's what I like. Oh yeah, that's the one thing. I like to talk about that new move, the drop dash. Oh, dang. Wait, I am not going up there. This, oh, shoot. Wait. Oh, dang. Now I know where I am. Oh, shoot. Darn it. Okay, I'm learning. Dang. Hey, you gotta love the Hori Retro controller, man. Oh dang, I messed up. I got it now. Shoot. Got him. Alright, let's take this out and take the cannon out. Alright, Lilac, okay, Carol, my girl. Damn, there we go. Wow. But also, that's what I mean. In Sonic Mania, I gotta say, I'm really excited. I'm glad that Chemical Plant was one of my favorite levels. I knew that Chemical Plant, I wasn't really all that excited about it, because I knew that was one of the levels that was definitely going to make it a cut, because it's a fan-made level by both the fans and the developers. Like, see, that's the one thing. Having elements like that, warning symbol like that, and warning symbol about when he's going to come. That's the one thing, improving the elements of Sonic. Sonic didn't really have those features. Having an attack feature. Whoa. But in Sonic Mania, I like the new sprites. I like for the new sprites for Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. I like how the new elements, Mirage Saloon, the new gun elements. And after seeing Studio Police is a good example to show how the Taxman how his expertise in making 2D level design and Sonic Mania being the #1 game on Switch is surprising because Nintendo did have a lot of heavy hitters. The fact that Sonic Mania won, it shows not only that, it shows that a lot of people and people a lot on Switch how Sonic Mania is like a project and how they've done so well. There's another thing somewhere, right? Oh shoot. Boss battle old and hard. That's all I would like to say. That the Sonic Mania, that how they improving the Sonic formula and adding new ideas to make it feel fresh and unique. Shoryuken, baby! Ha ha! Mm-hmm. Oh, that felt so good. And the fact is, oh, that's the one thing. Wait. The bonus stages, man. Of course, it got Sonic all over there in bonus stages. Here's the one thing. Yeah, in Sonic Mania, in the teaser trailer, they did show a little bit of a bonus stages, how it's going to be. And we see the bonus stage. If you notice that in Sonic Mania, they had the little where Sonic is running through the cyclone, what do you call it, the hamster wheel. And it reminds me of Blue Spear. Like we can tell in Blue Spear. Like that could be like some hint to special stage and like how that's going to work out. It reminds me of Blue Spear where you get multiplier scores. Like, I think that's going to determine the bonus stages, though. They haven't revealed that or how to get the bonus stages. We know okay. Let me tell you this. This is what I know about Sonic Mania. It's being made by the fan-made developers Hunter Bridges, Brad Flick, Simon Timothy, and Christian Whitehead are the mainstays of the project. And there are a lot of fan-made projects that worked on other games as well. The composer is also the co-development with T Bridges also did Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 remix. So it's kind of cool to great that the Sonic have the little Kingdom Hearts music kind of fits Sonic very well. Also, the T-Los, the remix soundtracks are awesome and they are great and they pay tribute to the original soundtracks are very great. T-Los, is you can tell how very well. The Green Hill Zone, the Act 2 remix, it is so great. You can tell how it's love and passionate about Sonic. How the love and passion that the developers put in the game, it is done so well and done so executed well, and it deserved the Nintendo Switch Game of the Year. I'm going to be buying it on PS4, but I'm glad that it won IGN's Nintendo Switch Game of the Year. That's coming from something. That has to be doing something, coming on a platform that is known for having a lot of good first-party development, especially Nintendo. I'm a big Nintendo fan. And Nintendo has a lot of great content. That's saying something. Sonic Mania will also, I think the reason why they're saying it's Sonic 4 because it's probably the sequel we all been wondering for. The Taxman says Sonic and Knuckles. Like, what is the game after Sonic and Knuckles from the Lock-On cartridge? And if we like, how can we expand the game from there? It's done from the great moment. It's in the Sega Saturn era. In other words, they saying that the Sega Saturn, they taking about the games and that's also in blended, but within that era. So they ain't gonna be, sorry, fan favorite, no Wisp Planet, no Speed Highway, no what's that city from Sonic Unleashed? I forgot the level. But yeah, I'm excited for Sonic Mania. I have a lot of hopes for it. I think it's going to be better than Sonic Generations because I didn't really like Sonic Generations that much. I think it was a big letdown. I think it's going to be much better. Excited. I'm excited for Sonic Forces. I hope they improved what they learned about Sonic Generations and make a more better game. I hope they improve the physics, the gameplay for modern Sonic. As I can tell, looks more better designed. But that's the one thing, because here's the one thing. Sonic Team, the first level and the other stuff look good and more well designed, but then the levels later on become terrible and not that well polished. So, we have to wait and see. I want Sonic Forces to be successful. I want Sonic Mania to be successful. I want Mania to bring Sonic back. I want the flashback to be done well. Everything about Sonic Mania is done well. My favorite part is the new gameplay mechanics. How we saw the physics and all the other stuff and how a lot of people did not play the remaster. So people are able to reveal the electric field. It can deflect the projectiles. The flame shield can have new tricks as well. That you could also do in the remastered is being brought back in Mania, and the bubble shield. And it has its improvements. Well, the bubble shield, to be honest with you, I'm not sure on how the Taxman did the bubble shield. Well, the physics though, like you know how you could jump up and down. The Taxman did made it much better in the remaster. And I know it's more easier to use. The physics are done much better. Here's the one thing. The gameplay mechanics are better. Sonic's running at 60 frames per second. Plays much better. And it looks much better. Performs much better. The graphics, 32-bit graphics are better. Like Yoshi Islands and then pushing the game to the limits. And I like how the design is. It has the gameplay design. The Sonic 3 and Knuckles had the great game design. Was done well-made design. Because Sonic 3 and Knuckles, it goes to the games. Those are considered the best made Sonic games as it continues to go on. It has the element, the technical It has the power prowess of Sonic 3 and Knuckles by adding the exploratory elements of Sonic CD. It's great to see Sonic CD elements are being explored into the levels, but in order for that to be successful, they need to give us an incentive. It's like, don't be like in Sonic CD, like in Wacky Warbands, you gotta find a hidden statue, like there's some hidden item and you have to find like every hidden item as a achievement that just to be like no achievement. I hope that they add some elements like in Freedom Plan, like you gotta find the cars, like add the red rings. Hopefully, like, we don't know that for sure though, but give us more incentives as to why to explore the levels. Sonic CD, you had to destroy the Metal Sonic, the Metal Sonic trajector, what do you call it? Projector, and the Badnik machine, making teleporting machine. Like in Dr. Eggman in the past level, it gave you an incentive to explore the levels, to find the Metal Sonic teleporter, and how notice in the games it didn't give you no benefit, but adding an achievement that was very smart of the Taxman to give you a purpose to do that, and also to change the future, and also to find to find Robotnik's Badnik. I call it the Badnik teleporter machine. Destroying that will get a good future. I hope that's the one thing. Give us good reason to explore the levels. Also, as Knuckles, give us a good reason. Also, I'm more excited because here's the one thing. I think it's going to be like Sonic and Knuckles. Hopefully, in some levels, and like in some cases, I don't think this is going to be an example like in Green Hill or Chemical Plant level, but in Sonic Mania, I think it's going to be unique that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles will have their own path levels in the game. That's the one thing. I hope they can improve on the formula, have their own levels, have their own techniques, and offer something in the table to replay them. And also, that's the one thing I'm excited for. As a recap, the new graphics, the improvements of the elemental shields, 60 frames per second, HD graphics, scanline support, for those who like the retro support, HD graphics support, new sprite works, and also, very important, explanation the elements of Sonic CD, of Sonic CD, and expanding the Sonic formula, fixing the Sonic formula, add new ideas, but also the new ideas of what a Sonic game should be is right there. Everything that I vision for a new classic Sonic game, how going back to the basics, and the developers are challenging themselves to make a new Sonic game beyond the Genesis era. Everything I like about this Sonic is 100%, and I have faith in the Taxman and this team developers. And so the end of the day is, one thing is competitive mode. As far as competitive mode, I hope it's be like Sonic 2, but I hope it's not Sonic 3 and Knuckles competitive mode. Have the Sonic 2 effects, but have the ideas from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, for example, like in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like, have a lap course where you can have checkpoint 1, 2, and 3. Expand on that. Like, you have a checkpoint 1, 2, and 3. And having online competitive mode. Like, if Sonic 4 had this online co-op mode, I think save that for the share play features on PS4. You know what I mean? To have that with the other person, with the other kids, I think they should keep it local. Don't put it in online. So at the end of the day, this is what I like to see. An incentive reason as to why to explore the levels. Achievements to help accommodate the gameplay. new paths for the characters to give incentives to play Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles their own path in the game so that they can find new elements that to reach. Like Tails can get elements that Sonic, or that even Knuckles himself can reach. Give us incentive reach to explore the levels. Like, yes, you can have one-ups here and one-ups here, but that's the one thing. Have something incentives. Have a gallery mode or something like in Freedom Planet. And that's the one thing. It give us like incentive reach like in Sonic CD, like destroy the past to make a good future, right? So that's the one thing. Give us like I'm not saying that they don't have to travel to the past or have like some machine to break, but to give us like some incentive reasons. That's what I expect. A competitive mode. Let it be like Sonic 2 Remastered. Like the Sonic 2 Remastered did good. The Taxman did good and add new levels did better. But here's the one thing. Competitive mode, like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Here's the one thing. I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles, it should be like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Because here's the one thing. Chemical Plant Zone was like, you can tell it was built for 2D modes, and it was built like, you can go like this way or that way in competitive modes, but I think that would not be a good idea to add the levels. About Sonic Mania, like in competitive mode, I don't think it should have the levels in the single player. I think it should have its own levels built for 2D players. Like in Sonic 2 Remastered, it should have designs. It should have new levels that complement 2D player gameplay. Like Hilltop Zone, the Taxman, what he did was made it better and add like elements like like in Hilltop Zone, he add elements like springs here and springs there for the character to get a boost ahead and to get ahead as for an advantage. And Knuckles and new areas for them to explore to get to the zone, right? And new secret paths to get through the level. And new obstacle courses. To expand upon the 2-player mode. That can't be held because that's how the original game is. Like, for example, we saw how Hilltop Zone had new elements in Chemical Plant Zone. Like, to be honest with you, in the Sonic 2 Remastered, you had Emerald Hill Zone, Casino Night Zone, Mystic Cave Zone, and Special Stage Zone. The Taxman, and to expand upon it, 4 new levels got added to the case. He added 4 new levels. The 4 new levels, the Chemical Plant Zone, thank you, because it was meant for 2D, 2-player design. Chemical Plant Zone, Hilltop Zone, Aquatic, if I'm not mistaken, Aquatic Ruin Zone, and what was the other one? What was the other level? There was another level too, I can't even think. But that's the one thing. I think it should be like Sonic 3 and Knuckles have the Sonic 2 mode and have new levels. I think they have brand new levels built from the ground up scrap meant for 2D modes. That's all I want to see. And anyway, I'm about to get off. I'm about to play this special stage for y'all and be like, I'm excited for Sonic Mania. It's great. I'm excited to see more. August 15th. I pre-ordered my copy for PS4. The countdown begins. I will play it day one. I will stream on YouTube. I will stream it on YouTube to give you my thoughts of Sonic Mania, my gameplay, to give you my review on Sonic Mania as a game in the whole, as competitive and co-op mode. But until then, I'll see you guys next time on the Neorexx Show, and have a good one. And that's great. And that's the one thing. You get new abilities. See, playing the story mode, that's the one thing. Having a rising slash finish, like, that's the one thing in Freedom Planet. Give your characters like new moves, like getting rising slash finish and rising other stuff. Having new elements and getting new upgraded moves for your combat pack extends the replay value. Hopefully in Sonic Mania, hopefully the developers they will do something like Sonic can get the run faster, or the drop dash can go extended longer. Tails can fly more faster up in the air, or Knuckles, he can climb faster. Hopefully they can add some RPG elements and help expand the Sonic formula, like in Freedom Planet does. When you play the character story mode, or the classic mode, you get new elements in Rise slash Finish, for example. Like that show you can finish I did, now I have a finish attack to extend the combo. Hopefully in Sonic Mania they give you more ideas. Okay, that's it. This is it for my video, my topics on Sonic Mania. It dragged on too long. Rate, comment, and subscribe. What do you want to see out of Sonic Mania? What are your thoughts about Sonic Mania? What do you want to see? And what are your thoughts is? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the Neorexx show. If I get more views and see more views, I see how it is. I'm about to go off and I'm about to record on Twitch, so make sure to go to www.twitch.tv/Neorexx to watch more Freedom Planet gameplay I will stream on today. And I'll see you guys next time.